Okay guys, so this is going to be our lipless crankbait review on the Jackall TN. The TN I'm pretty sure stands for tungsten, and this is a very nice lipless crankbait, very high quality, little expensive, but has a lot of features, and I'm going to try to hit all of them. There's so many I had to take some notes on it, so hopefully I hit everything that I want to talk about, and I'll compare it up against a couple other ones, so let's check it out. Alright guys, so the Jackall TN, we have the TN70 here. According to the Jackall website, and this is their US website, they have a TN60 and a TN70. I don't see any other sizes, I don't see any other varieties of this bait. According to somebody that made a comment on Tackle Warehouse, they said that there's a one knocking version of this bait, but I don't see that. I just see a regular standard version of it. So the TN60, which is the smaller size, it has a length of 2.4 inches. It has a weight of 4/9 of an ounce, which is kind of odd that they weighted it that way, but whatever. Variable diving depth sinking lure. And then the 70, which is this bigger one, is the 2.8 inch variety and has a weight of 5/8 of an ounce. And again, the variable diving depth sinking lure. So let's go ahead and give you guys a measurement here. Just get all the formalities out of the way before I start talking about what this bait's all about actually. You see it's just barely over 2 3/4 inches. I'm going to try to focus on that way you guys can get a real good look at it. This is a very striking lure here. It's very beautiful. It's very well put together. It has a lot of cool little features on it. Reminds me a lot of this LV500. It's about the same size as the LV500. I think the LV500 is a little bit heavier, at least on paper. The nominal weight of the LV500 I think is 3/4 of an ounce, where this one is 5/8 of an ounce. But they do feel like they're about the same weight. I can see where this one would be actually heavier, but the tungsten weight that is in the nose of the Jackall really makes it feel a lot heavier probably than it actually is in reality. So like that Lucky Craft LV500, it's got a couple different rattle chambers in it with different material rattling bearings inside of it. You can see that the middle chamber looks like it has maybe a copper or brass ball in there. The front chamber has 4 lead balls, and the rear chamber has 2 clear plastic balls. And like I was talking about, this lip here, the actual lip on the exterior of the bait is actually part of the weighting system of the lure. They say on their website that the bait is actually made to fall and stand up on its nose like this in the water. Let's see if we can focus, so you guys can see what's going on here. But the idea is that they say that when it falls to the bottom, it'll stand up on its nose like that every time. Now, I can't tell you if it was standing up through experience, because the water I was fishing was kind of stained. But I'll tell you that the bait actually does come through the water in a very aggressive nose down position, and it does cast in a very aggressive nose forward position, being that the line is here and it's going to dart like this. It actually has very great casting ability because of the fact that that tungsten is just weighted so far forward on this bait. It just wants to fly through the air very, I guess, aerodynamically. There we go. Get that brightness up here. Let's go over some of the details here. We have a very nice oval split ring, the same oval split ring that you're going to find on a lot of Jackall lures, which is that single stacked oval split ring on one side. You see on the right side there, it's single stacked, and then on the left side, it's double stacked. So you would just tie on the right side there, and I guess that would just make a nice little knot there for you. You got 2 different size treble hooks. You got a larger one on the front and a smaller one on the back. Kind of just a standard way of doing business for the treble hooks there. And they also have the same anodized split rings. Those are circle split rings, but they're an anodized variety, just like that top split ring is. The very unique Jackall 3-dimensional holographic eyes with that green, yellow sclera and that orange around it, or around the middle section of the eye there. Etched scale pattern. You have the three-dimensional raised gill plates on there, so just a really nice fit and finish. The moment I took this out of the box, out of the packaging, I knew it was actually going to be one of my favorites just because of how strikingly nice it is. It's just a very nice looking crankbait. As far as retrieves, I feel it can be retrieved fast or slow. The tungsten nose on it allows it to come through very, very well at a good speed because of the fact that that tungsten nose keeps it down in the water, so it doesn't like to do that turning action when you get it at a higher rate of retrieve. So it can be retrieved fast, but it can also be retrieved slow because the bait actually has a great vibration in it. So best of both worlds. You don't find a ton of crankbaits like that. There are some out there on the market. The backstabber, which I'll review here pretty soon, is both. You can do them both, and a couple other ones that I can't think of offhand, but there's not a lot of them. So what else do we want to go over here? It also has a very nice shimmy on the fall. It falls quick though, so for those of you that fish shallow, you'll probably want to fish it fast because of the fact that fishing shallow and a quick diving or a quick sinking lipless crankbait might equal some snags for you. But on the alternative side, I suppose that if you were fishing rocky bottom, letting this fall straight down to the bottom and popping it off the bottom like they suggest might get that thing to stand up like they say it does. So so that's a plus for that. It sounds like you can just work it in several different several varieties of ways. So the colors we have here, we have, let's see, what is this one? This one is Ghost Minnow. Now the Ghost Minnow is an interesting color because on Tackle Warehouse and even on their website, they show it as being kind of a purple bait. Right there you can see some of that purple, but that's pretty realistic. What you're actually seeing here on the video is what actually the bait actually looks like in true life, because it really doesn't have a lot of that purple. I think that they're really accenting or bringing to life that purple in the pictures, when in reality it's just more this olive green that you see here. See if I can get a better, brighter focus on it. Looks like that's as good as we're going to get. And here is an LV500 Ghost Minnow version of it. So the LV500 or Lucky Craft version of that Ghost Minnow is a little bit lighter of a color, where this one's more greenish, this one's more brown. So you guys get the idea, but they're both very transparent baits. And a very, very nice looking color altogether, and you can use this in a lot of situations, but probably first and foremost you probably use it in just like a clear water situation. So here's Ghost Minnow. And this next one we have here is Threadfin shad. This is SG Threadfin shad, or SG Threadfin is what they call it. In Lake Shasta we have Threadfin shad, so I figured, what the heck, might as well just get a Threadfin shad variety of this lure. But it's nice because it's pretty much like a sexy shad variety. For those of you guys that like that chartreuse line, you can use this lure interchangeably with a sexy shad lure. So this has got a light blue on the top. It's showing up much darker than it actually is in real life, and it's kind of transparent on the top too. It's not completely opaque like it's showing up in the video. So you got a shad dot there. By the way, you can see that it says TN70 here. Maybe you can't see it. There you go. It says TN70 right there. Still got a little moss on this one from fishing it where I was fishing it the other day. So there is SG Threadfin. You know, one thing that I really like about these Japanese style lures is it seems, and I've mentioned this before, and I'm going to mention it again just in case you guys haven't seen my other videos, is that these Japanese brand lures, more often than not, they have a seemingly higher density plastic, meaning that the plastic seems more robust, it seems heavier, the rattles inside of these crankbaits knock a little bit harder, and they feel better, and they feel like they're going to last a lot longer, and typically they do. They're a much more expensive crankbait than you're used to paying for some of these other ones. This one, in my opinion, isn't terrible at $14.99. It's a little cheaper than the Lucky Craft versions, but still a very, very nice crankbait. So if you guys get the opportunity to check out the Jackall TN, check this one out. This one is extremely nice, has a lot of features. I don't rave about a ton of crankbaits because I could just have so many of them, but this one to me is it's a winner. So if you guys can check out the Jackall TN, give it a shot. I think you guys will really like it. If you guys like the video, hit the like button over there in the lower left corner. I really appreciate it. Kind of lets me know how I'm doing. Let's do this once over of my list here. Make sure I hit everything that I wanted to hit. Oh, yeah, we wanted to talk about the rattles. There's the rattle. Here's an LV500. So the LV500 is just a little bit louder, but kind of got the same idea, same rattling type of system. The LV500 has bigger bearings inside of it, but this one, it's kind of pretty much the same sound because it seemingly has that same plastic. So anyway, there it is. Check out the Jackall TN if you guys get the opportunity. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for another review. Thanks.